cellar.
Galen, I rushed selflessly to your aid. Now it's your turn. I need a feather from the exotic Wonderbird.
Oh, a Wonderbird. I know what that is. I've been meaning to acquire one for the palace for ages. They can be found in Lesser Maluk. They're quite clever and therefore difficult to obtain. I haven't got the bird entire, but I recall having seen a goblin-made trinket with some of those feathers in it. I'll go fetch it right now. It's yours for free.
Now we're even.
The new recruits, huh?
So how much is there? Wait, bastard.
Now, it's as simple as that.
We must summon. Why, they have indeed come. The incantation is working. Ah, so huge. Ah, so beautiful. 'Tis a pity that you cannot speak like the Wonderbird. Still, you are a marvel.
How are these overgrown pigeons supposed to help us again?
Now it's time to punish those vile bandits. Attack! My birds will assist you!
That farmer's brother should be near here somewhere. If he's still alive.
So, let us see if everything's in its...
Well, are you satisfied?
Your courage is remarkable. My mentor Belinda and I are deeply grateful to you. Please accept this gift. It is magical, if humble. May the elements watch over your path.
That's for me. You're one of the new ones, yeah? Please, forgive an old fool. I'll be grateful to you until my final days.
That's too big of an honor. Can you find your way home?
I'll be all right on my own. Thanks for asking. Oh, one more thing. The bandits have a mole in the town watch. His name starts with P.
There is a Prim, I recall. Is it him?
No, not Prim. Ostum, that's it. That's the devil shielding the bandits. Because of him, the watchmen don't even know those scum took the old outpost.
What made you scream like a startled babe?
There! In the field! I've never seen anything like it. There, do you see?
Calmly. Pull yourself together.
A necromancer! Or a monster! A dead body. Horrible. Not just dead. There was something swirling in the air above it. Like smoke, but it did not move like smoke. Something that chilled me to the marrow. Believe me, I've been places, seen awful things. I survived a storm at sea, fought off cutthroats. I saw a troll up close once.
Not impressed.
But I've never seen an abomination like this. I was so disgusted I was about to commend my soul to the Creator. I can see that you are unimpressed. Go, have a look at the corpse. Do something about it.
There's no one here.
You can speak to me? Really? Is it time to become one with the Creator?
I don't think so. You can't even let go of this lonely skull. It's a wonder you haven't dissolved into nothing.
'Tis true. I know more about the afterlife than anyone. And my experiences of the past few centuries have been uncanny indeed. How do I possess all this knowledge? What man am I? Or woman? It has all been erased from my memory, faded with the long march of time. Why am I yet bound to this world?
It appears you are cursed, just as I am. Do you wish my sympathy?
I know not. Could it be that I need time to recollect who I am? Someone scattered my bones over the marshes, and I can feel something connected to me in the very middle of it. My immortality is a heavy burden. If only I could find a way to become one with creation. The fair knight Baldwin led the Marcellan army into battle. This is the spot where Baldwin's protector perished. A squire whose name has been lost to the centuries fought to protect his master until his wounds forced him to the ground. The last thing he saw before his eyes went black were the last of Morkult's units fleeing back to Rigurn.
Ha! This is a story of my luckless ancestor Morkult, huh? It's been 500 years, and still it comes up.
Yes, in truth, It was a long time ago. My bones were brought here to be secreted away. A woman, a powerful sorceress, wept over them. She lamented for all those fallen, while serving a knight by the name of Baldwin. All those cloven by dwarven axes, or pierced by the spears of the undead. The Mourner's magic protected those warriors slain by the necromancers. But centuries have passed, and all that is left of her tears are the ghost lilies.
So that's why only ghost lilies grow here.
Yes, they are but an echo of those time-worn spells. The one who lies here, beneath my bones, witnessed a mighty assault. An army charging through the blossoming hills towards the walls of the town. He walked among the undead, risen by black necromancy and fear. If an arrow fired from the walls of Marcella did not kill him, that fear would.
That reminds me of an old family legend. Could you perhaps be speaking of my ancestor?
I wouldn't know. So that's what. It was I, Nisevra the Sorcerer, who learned King Maximus was absent on a mission to conquer the elves, and led the undead to the walls of Marsella. What would the Dukes of Rigern, Hugo, and Murkult do without me? Those good-for-nothings. They are but dust under the boots of the mighty masters of death. Thus thought I, but twin lightning bolts from two of Nevedis' sorceresses reduce me to ash. Separately, I would have thrashed either of them.
Does the mighty Master of Death still remember his oath? Will you serve the blood of rigor as you did before?
I long for vengeance on all those who lived while I lay dead. You will be but the first victim of the mighty Nisevra. I no longer have the strength of my living form. I am weary, so weary. Pray, let me go. Take the treasures that lie by the decrepit tower, and let me go.
I have no use for anyone that pathetic. Return to the Creator, Necromancer.
Oh, if only I could abandon this existence. An endless darkness, blacker than night, shrouds the underworld. I can never find peace. Leave me be. No one must see the mighty Nisevra reduced to such feebleness. Take my treasure and go.
I don't see anyone being murdered here.
I'm the headman's wife. He and some men are across the river at the mill. The undead have surrounded them, a whole horde of the creatures. I beg you, help them, or they'll be massacred.
What about the guards? I could use some help here.
Never mind those yellow bellies, they won't come. They claim the village is under siege, and they can't open the gates until the undead are gone.
Get away from the gate. The village is under siege. Whoever you are, go away. Hey, who are you? Where's the village guard?
And who are you? Another relation of the headman's?
I'm Kamas, the smith. George and I were trapped in the mill for the longest time. When we realized the guards weren't coming, we tried to break out. I managed to escape, but it looks like George didn't. Damn it, they'll kill him.
Show me the way to the mill. Let's see what's left of him.
George!
How are you? Are you all right?
My fight isn't over yet. Wait, I know Komos, but who are you?
It's a long story. All you need to know is, I'm acting at the behest of the prince.
The prince sent you from Marcella then. Where are the guards? They promised to keep us safe.
Last I saw, they were hiding behind the gates like a clutch of shy schoolgirls.
Do you hear, Komos? The miller was right. We've been fed nothing but lies. There's no guards. Just bandits in marching outfits.
But he's got the paper with the magic crest and seal. He was sent by the Archmage, wasn't he?
Use your head, Komos. Did he actually let anyone read it? I haven't seen it. He just waved it in front of my nose. They're bandits, all right. And their papers are fake. They'll just bleed us for a little while, then disappear back to their hidey hole.
There's no way I'm allowing that. Time to get our spears.
What is he hoping, that the guards will let him in?
Oh, Komos doesn't need the gates to get inside. He knows every secret in the village. We'll open the gate and throw that riffraff out. And those we keep will be punished, as is our custom.
That's not even funny, headman. Peasants against guards? They'll slay you all.
Well, I reckon we could count on your help. Don't tell me you're gonna leave the village high and dry now.
Very well. I will deal with it my way. Don't go anywhere. I hope I'm not too late for the interesting bit. Who should I be today? Peacekeeper or Blade of Vengeance?
Who, me? Watch your tongue, you snot. Stay back from the gate.
Rotten hell, murderer! What are we waiting for, man? Why aren't we fighting now?
Aha! Did you see the Heckles rise? They're just itching to cut down their own.
Bet they wouldn't be so brave if Bludgeon's goons dropped by for a visit.
I'm telling you, someday they'll get what's coming to them.
Yeah, they're in the wrong here. Give them hell, boys.
Hey, you! One step closer and you'll be sorry. Real sorry.
I'll keep this brief. Disperse.
Why would we do that? No way! These freeloaders made fools of us all. They ate our food, drank our wine, and lived here like serpent kings. They promised to protect us, but they're no more handy in a fight than a plate of soggy biscuits. I'll show them. I'm going to beat the nonsense out of them.
I am a representative of the Crown and Prince Adrian. Calm down, all of you. Especially you, Smith.
Fine, fine. We submit ourselves to the authority of the Crown. What's the point in arguing? Calm down, lads. The King's people are here. They'll deal with these rogues.
Are you in charge? Tell those goons of yours in the square to get lost, or I cannot guarantee your safety.
Hey, who are you anyway? Why should I trust you?
Because if you don't, I'll help the villagers massacre you all. Do you think a handful of panicked guards is enough to challenge us?
I see. What a life, huh? I don't want to start my journey to the underworld in this hole. Everybody, return to our yard. There'll be no fight today. The Marcellans give their word.
A wise decision. Now explain to me who you are and what you're doing here.
Very well. I'm sick of the lies. We're from the Mage Factory. We work as guards there. They sent us to Rickville to fetch supplies, and here we are. Luggy must have possessed us.
You mean you were dispatched before the disaster?
I know nothing about any disaster. We weren't at the Mage Factory that night. They sent us to Rickville for provisions. We followed orders, that's all. What do we do now? We'll be arrested as deserters. They probably won't even bother questioning us. Just hang us from the trees. Or maybe a sharp blade would make a better end. That's why I made up the story about the Archmage. I wanted to buy some time.
You've quite a passion for uninventive lies. Best stay here until everything is settled.
Well, we don't have anywhere else to go.
I'm tired of living here.
Oh.
How much longer must we slave away for that, George?
Creator, save us. This is Hugo's medallion. What happened to him?
Your son got fired, became a thief, and ended up in a cage outside a tavern in Marcella. How ironic.
Who's guarding him? That big brute Garlon from the tavern?
What's so interesting about this Garland?
He used to take bribes back when he was a guard. Everyone knows it. No reason it shouldn't work now. I implore you, take it. It's all I have. Please, give this purse to Hugo before it's too late.
What a slacker! A Loggy's fool! I'll show you, bastard! Ah!
What? Sorry, that was mesmerizing.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, that was so rude. I was cursing Fontaine. That's my apprentice. I sent him to the fair to get a toolbox, and he just took off.
Did he take your money, too?
He must be at the tavern by the tower. I caught him in the baths last time. I bet he's in there again. If you happen to see him, tell him that Kamos is really eager to have him back. Boy's worse than a trawl.
Hey, farmer. Do you recognize this medallion?
Of course I do. Belongs to my son, Hugo.
Your son got fired from his job, became a thief, and ended up in a cage. Ironic, isn't it? Headman.
That insolent brat. That mama's boy. What a disgrace. I spent so much time on him. So much effort. And he just... well, it's nothing to do with me. Tell them he's not my son. And I won't do nothing to help him. The son of Rickville's headman cannot be a thief. Go to the people who caught him and tell them this. The law says misdeeds must be punished. So punished he will be.
Adding powers.
He couldn't stop.
Oh, I'll tell you more. Ask this crypt he stumbled upon. Told me it's full of gold left behind by the sun.
You think I'm your enemy? Your pet wolf stole my totem.
It is for the good of nature.
You've been alone in the woods for so long, it's driven you mad. Sorry, the animals are not for sale right now.
I've never heard of animals becoming untamed.
I can't do anything about it. The animals no longer obey me. I lost my druidic totem, the tool I used to tame them. Or to be more precise, it was stolen.
By whom?
A wolf came out of the woods and snatched it. My sister sent it.
Why? Was it revenge? Or rivalry?
No. Arogaster and I are not rivals. We had a falling out 7 years ago, when she became a hermit. She lives near the Thousand-Year Oak, and follows the way of the Elven Druids. She's against me handling animals. All she does is watch over them and heal them when needed. But I can't live her way. I don't want to either. I've gone to the Oak and tried to reason with her so many times. But I cannot get her to listen. My heart is sinking. After all, she is family.
Well, what is it? Tell me, is it pretty? It is. Towers tall as the sky.
Are you Garrick? Your sister Mercia sends her regards.
Right, Mercia. She never rests, does she? Is she out helping the poor again? Does she need more of my grain to feed another regiment of freeloaders?
I urge you to set aside your emotions and focus on the matter at hand. To wit, the price of your service.
Yeah, it's all right. I was just making conversation. No need to bring prices into it. I'm happy to help, Mercia. I'll send grain and some ham for good measure. However...
Another day, another however.
However, the village has to endorse the decision first. We're a community here. What are people gonna say if I just start giving away our grain?
Great. Am I supposed to knock on every door in town and wax poetic about helping thy neighbor?
No, it's not that complicated. Get the village elder, the healer, and the blacksmith to agree. No one will defy their authority.
How do you like that wonderful fresh bread from our
You're the mayor of Rickville? I'm here to ask your approval to send grain to some starving refugees.
I heard about them. What I heard is they're over in Mercia's place, carousing and singing songs. Of course, it would be charitable to help the poor souls.
Yes, very charitable, highly charitable. Do you consent to provide the grain?
But it wouldn't be right for me to make such an important decision alone. We're a community, after all. What does our dear blacksmith Komos think?
Right. The refugees are starving. They need food. But Garrick can't supply any grain without your approval.
Yes, I heard something about these unfortunates. I don't oppose helping them, but what are the others in Rickville going to say?
So...
Let's talk again once you've persuaded Aglaya. She's the village healer.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away for that?
Ah, a new face in Arthur.
Are you Aglaya the healer? I've got business with you.
Interesting. What's this all about, then?
Garrick wants to donate some grain to help the starving refugees. But he needs your approval first.
I'm sure his sister Mercia is behind this. She's such a kind-hearted girl. This is her idea, right? Since you enjoy doing good deeds, can you do something for us this time?
Oh yes, good deeds. They're why I get up in the morning.
It's fairly easy. I just need 4 bunches of flowers from the Pelian Marshes. There, beyond the hills. They're called ghost lilies. All these undead roaming about spread diseases, just like rats. The porpoise plague, the coronary infection, the chicken cough. Awful. But in the right preparation, ghost lilies will protect you from all that. Do this for me, and those delightful refugees can have as much as they need.
It's odd that you don't simply pick the flowers yourself. Is there something you're not telling me?
I told you. There are too many undead staggering around. I'm a healer, not a warrior. How's it going?
Was I supposed to?
In that case, I... Oh, I can smell the ghost lilies. Did you bring enough?
I sure did. I went all around the swamp, breathing all kinds of rancid stuff.
That's all right. It'll wear off. And for problems that don't wear off so easily, I have something left from my days in the capital, and a few other things I made myself. I hope they'll be useful for you.
I need your approval to arrange a donation of grain for the refugees from the Mage Factory. They're starving, you know.
Yes, why not do a good deed? I approve. Let everybody know it. Are you heading to the Mage's Tower? I've a request for you.
What is it?
I understand. You have your own tasks. But is there any way you could check something for me? I'm worried about my niece.
What happened to her?
Her name's Yvonne. I haven't seen her for 10 days now. She said she was heading to the tower to meet a friend. Of course, she's an adult now, but I'm still worried.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we stay awake?
I'm here about the grain for the Mage Factory refugees. The healer gave her consent.
Well, yes, of course. I'll always support a kind deed.
Grain. Starving refugees. The village can help.
As if we don't have enough problems of our own.
My good man. Everyone's in favor of this charitable act. The smith, the healer, that Garrick of yours. What makes you an exception?
Have they now? All in favor, are they? Well, I guess I am too. Let's feed these unfortunates. Cost be damned. Tell Garrick to load up the cart.
Did you see that tiny little garden?
That wonderful fresh bread from our Garrick.
So you had some too. Magic recipe. Why his bread is so sour now?
What are the dwarves doing here?
Well, we buy grain here and take it to Riggern. But I don't understand why the Royal Guards had a brush with the locals right now.
It's a long story. And I figured it out. Are you from Ongeborg?
Of course. If you want strong fists and iron beards, talk to Tarif. We dwarves are good fighters, yes.
I got the support of everyone on the list. What now?
See? There are no bad people in our village. We'll get those refugees fed after all. Soon their bellies will be bloated with wholesome food instead of malnutrition. We don't need a card. I made arrangements with a trusted contact outside Marcella. I'll send him a message and he'll get the victuals to you in due course. Meanwhile, let's talk about how the refugees are going to repay us.
Oh. Something in line with the Serpent people? Tyranny, slavery, shackles.
Order is order. Let them fix our mill, and Kamos can always use some extra hammering at his smithy. That way they won't be parasites, but working people just like us.
Rigville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family lives in
Hello. Is your horse sick? I'm quite experienced in...
Your brother Edgar sent me.
Oh. How clever, sending someone on an errand like that.
Whatever happened, the two of you will always be family. Holding a grudge against him isn't worth it.
He betrayed that which is truly sacred. Edgar uses druidic powers to torture living souls. He catches these forest creatures. He warps their wild natures. Oh, I don't even want to say it. He trains them to hunt and kill. Druidic powers are supposed to reinforce harmony. They are about wisdom, silence, woods, and water.
Surely you'd rather have peace than continue to sulk like wayward children.
Do you think this has been easy for me? My soul is ever restless. I used to meditate for hours at the foot of the 1,000-year oak. Peace, light. Now the oak is afflicted by a disease, and I am useless. I can't even perform a simple healing ritual.
Another riddle?
The oak is healed. You are clearly no stranger to the harmony of nature. The Druidic teachings are all about mending the broken.
Well, I'm not going to dedicate my life to druidism or anything.
This oak means a lot to me. I can't wait to begin meditating again. I am deeply in your debt, Wanderer.
Are you ready to reconcile with Edgar?
I have given it much thought. I've been very irritable lately, and perhaps unreasonable. Because of the oak. Because of everything. But how he has chosen to live his life, I cannot accept it. Here, in this forest, my heart is alive. It would die in the village.
You could start by returning the totem. That might settle the feud between you, at least.
All right. After all, you helped me save the source of my power. I will set our differences aside. Bring this stick to my brother, and one more thing. Please don't tell him about any of this.
I'll tell you more.
I found your totem.
Oh, thank you. I never liked that wolf of hers. It refused to be tamed. But I'm afraid Arl will come to hate me now.
I decided to approach the matter my own way. Certain druidic rituals allowed me to avoid harming any wolves.
No one was harmed? Incredible. Does that mean Arrow is ready to forgive me?
I wouldn't go that far. She might yet forgive you when you stop selling animals.
I see. I just hope... I still hope I can reconcile with my sister one day.
How do you like that wonderful fresh bread?
I swear your head man is like the hero of some tragedy. Says he doesn't recognize his son, and the young man must be punished according to the law.
I understand. If the village gets wind of this, he'll stink forever. Don't worry about the kid. He'll spend a week or two in the cage, and get a couple of dozen stripes across his back, that's all. You have my word. Serve him right, too. That lout was spoiled rotten.
Indeed. His is but a minor role in the comedy of life. Just like his doting mother.
Oh, speaking of Cora, Mama's boy tried to bribe me with this strange letter. Not like I got any use for it, I can't read. Guess those guard lessons didn't do me much good. You might as well take it, looks important. Maybe you can use it.
I'm tired of living here.
Keep your gold. I don't bother with tiny bribes.
Ugh. It always ends up George's way. Why? What if they beat him to death?
If it were down to me, I'd chop off his hand. Be thankful, farmer, that I am not the Queen of Nostria.
Best wishes and robust health to you, Honorable Postum.
So that's who you are, Postum.
Who are you? What do you want?
Your accomplices at the old outpost are standing in my way, and you're about to answer for that.
What? Please, Your Excellency, have mercy.
Should I execute you? You're too small a fish even for a former countess. Perhaps Prim should decide your fate.
Wait. I'll pay generously for your silence. I mean, I wish to reimburse the Crown's losses and deliver the fee to her most worthy deputy. But not in gold.
Not in gold? What else do you have?
I can put you in touch with the Free Archers. They are second only to the elves in bowmanship. You have my word for it.
The famous Free Archers. They used to be the terror of the roads from Marcella to Rigern. Well...
Be wise. Find Snip in that yard over there, and whisper in his ear that you're looking for the merry men. He'll understand what you mean. He's one of ours.
Glad to meet you, friends. Have you been... Not a word of truth anywhere. Blasted pen pushers on every side. Maybe you could help me, eh?
Are you talking to me?
I have traveled long roads and worn my boots thin to uncover the truth about the village of Parnack. And what do I find upon my arrival? The Chancery won't let me in. They call me a tramp. Yes, my ancestors used to live in the Albion Highlands. On the orders of the king of that time, they assisted in the construction of the fortress of Crucis. In recompense for these services, the king bequeathed us the lands in the vicinity of Marcella. We built the village of Parnack right under the hill upon which the Mage's Tower stands today.
Ulagi, I feel I have aged 10 years in the telling of this tale. Can we get to the end now?
My people lived happily there for many years, until a horrible pestilence struck. Our neighbors from Rickville envied us, you see, and hexed the village. I have no doubt it was their doing. We were forced to abandon Parnack, and many of us didn't survive the journey. But, unlike the others, I still hope to return. I've been searching for the truth hither and yon, but have found nothing yet. They gave me a device at the Mage Factory. It looks like a child's rattlebox. I'm supposed to walk around the hexed places with it, but I'm terrified of going back there. If only some adventurer could help me. What about you? I'll pay, of course. I'll be in the tavern just a few steps from the Mage's Tower. Take the device, please.
So how much is there? Will it last a week?
Really?
I need some information about a guard from the Mage Factory named Titus. What do you know of him?
Naught. I only remember that Lucius was Centurion at the Mage Factory. About his subordinates, the commanders and quartermaster, I know nothing. If it's truly important, ask the refugees who set up camp on the outskirts of town.
A little bird told me there's a rat among your men, serving brigands instead of the crown.
Impossible. I vouch for my men's integrity. Every single one.
I wish I had your faith in people. Now tell me, Prim, How come brigands have taken root on Rickville Road? For 2 months now, I've been told.
Well, I never. Boston told me the bandits left for the mountains a long time ago, and that the road was clear.
Someone is making a fool of you, Centurion. You'd better have your men interrogate Postum. And his cronies from the yard over there. I don't think you'll be pleased with what you learn.
The new recruits, huh? You?
So how much is there? Will it last a week?
Glad to meet you, friends. Have you been here long?
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty. Deadly plague that poisons the air
Hello.
and land of the Mage Factory. Be wary and be vigilant. For these
Magistrate, your friend Flavius is dead. I found his body in a field past the old outpost.
Oh no. What happened to him?
He seems to have gone mad, and summoned some sinister unknown spirits through his peculiar writings. I'll be frank with you, I've never seen anything like it.
What an irreparable loss. What do I do now? Who will write His Excellency Montier's upcoming speech? This is terrible news, just terrible. Just leave me be, please. I need both time and silence to think.
Silence is an honorable choice for a resident of the capital. Personally, I prefer the Ring of Coins. You promised I'd hear it.
Oh, did I? Indeed, I did. Here, your reward.
loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius, sovereign of Nostria, defender of the realm, the citizens of
Oh, beauty of beauty.
What are you doing here?
This bread is so good.
Bread! From Garrick!
Wonderful!
Your brother was a big help. We finally have enough food for everyone.
Has Garrick's grain arrived yet?
Yes, we have plenty of food now. I cannot even fathom how to properly thank you for your help. Luckily, my little Willie came to my aid.
What, is he solemnly going to present me his bird-shaped whistle?
The other day, Willie was digging for worms by the river when he chanced upon an ancient ring. After I washed away the dirt, it turned out to be quite a thing of beauty. Please accept it as a token of our gratitude. Oh, and the refugees discovered something interesting over across the fields. Would you mind taking a look?
As you can see, things are definitely improving in the refugee camp. Some generous folks from Rickville donated bread, and even promised employment for you. I held up my end of the bargain. Now you do the same.
It's time for me to go. There's no reason for me to stay here anymore.
What do you mean, go? You agreed to tell me about the Mage Factory, or don't you recall?
Yes, I must tell you. It's just that my missus... But what do you care about her, right? Let's get straight to the meat of the matter. I'll tell you everything I saw myself and heard from others. But don't get your hopes up. I don't know who made it happen, nor why. Still, I can tell you about one of the culprits. Listen. The guards often let outsiders in for a fee. There were visitors that night, too. Ulagi knows what they were doing there, but it seems there was some kind of explosion. The way to the main gate was blocked. We were attacked by, I don't know, monsters. I never saw anything like them before. It was a massacre. Fortunately, I knew where to run. I managed to save myself and the others.
That's it? Who should I look for next?
Find Titus, a centurion from the Mage Factory. I'm sure that blackguard knows far more than I do. I know not who he answers to, nor who paid him. But when everyone bolted for the gates, neither Titus nor his guards were there. He left everyone behind to be torn apart. He knew what was going to happen, and fled. It's his fault.
He panicked like all the others. You too ran without looking back.
Yes, I ran. While my wife stayed there in the magic shop. She was on the night shift, you see, while I slept. I left her. Not a day, not an hour has passed that I do not think about her. But while we wandered, all these people needed my help. I couldn't leave them either. But now I'm going back to find her. And no quarantine will keep me away. Mark my words.
You're the one who brought us bread?
I've been thinking, how can I repay you for your help? We have nothing.
Clearly.
Still, I do have an idea. I found a place not many know about. Until recently, I thought it was just a rumor. And then I found it. It's a mysterious dungeon filled with magic, treasure, artifacts, and such things.
You've seen this with your own eyes? I find that hard to believe.
Well, no, I haven't actually seen it. I'm smart enough to stay away from danger. There's this spook at the entrance. Terrifying. Like a guard dog. He frightens everyone who tries to enter. But why guard an empty dungeon? There must be something valuable inside.
Exactly where is this dungeon of yours?
I'll show you on the map. It's not far. Maybe there'll be some magic that'll help restore the mage factories. That'd be great. By the way, there are rumors that Bludgeon already sent his boys in there, led by a certain Lucky. Be careful.